Kids, we're back in the boat today, working on this thing, and it doesn't want to start. It doesn't have any spark. So I came in here and looked at this. Of course, this is an electronic ignition conversion kit. This was made by Pertronix. Same basic premise. There's a magnetic wheel down here that it picks up. This is the pickup. It's also the switch is inside of here. Okay, so to test it, what we're going to do is this. Okay. What we're going to do, and this one's a little weird. It's a little, it's not as intuitive as one might think. So when it comes off, it's going to take power from the positive side of coil. And inside of here, there's two things. Now remember, this Mr. Groom got a little confused on this one. It's been a while since I've wired one of these guys. Remember, the distributor itself is grounded back to the battery because obviously the engine is grounded. Okay, so that's part of our issue. So we got that. So our switch and the actual signal is going through this switching box here, and it's going back to the coil on the negative side over here on this guy. That's where the trigger is happening. And so remember, what you're doing is you're breaking the ground. So the ground is being broken right here, right? It's been broken, and the path to ground is through the black wire, back to here, back to the base, back to the battery. Now what we're going to do to test it is this, okay? And it's a little not intuitive to what we're doing here, okay? So sometimes the guy gets a little confused. All right, first of all, this is a marine battery. So we'll hook it up with the, oh no, darn it. Apparently I dropped the, oh, here, it's up here. Wing nut. So these guy takes his battery out fairly frequently and charges it up, even though this one's got an alternator. Just that's what you do in marine stuff. You have that kind. So what we're going to do, and this again, that's where it's not intuitive, is that we're going to rely on the ground of the distributor to take care of things. We're going to run power to the switch, the mechanism, okay? And then we're going to also run our test light to the positive side of the battery. Okay, now as soon as I do that, you'll see my test light lights up down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this trigger right here because I don't have power to the coil or anything. I'm going to have this wired up back to the solenoid back there. I'm going to crank it, and we should see this light flash. So what that tells us is that this Pertronix unit, which is what it's called, this electronic ignition unit, is functioning correctly. So what does that leave us to conclude? Okay, well, we either have a very bad connection at the coil, which, looking at those bolts, maybe wouldn't surprise us, but I don't think that's the problem. I think we've got a dead coil. So we're going to swap the coil out, and we're going to see where we go from there right off the bat. Okay?